Good evening. Tonight is January 13, 2022, and this is the monthly meeting of the ASCA Board of Directors. If this is your first time tuning in, we go down each item of the agenda. We go around and we let directors comment about the items, and then if there's a motion on the floor, we vote on it. So for this month, our first item is last month's email business.
This is Jean. I make a motion to accept last month's email motion.
I'll second. Okay. This is Gina.
All right, we have a motion by Jean, seconded by Gina, to approve last month's email business. Any further discussion?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion carries. Our next item is the System Liaison's report. Gina?
Okay. Work is steadily moving along. As I've previously stated, we'll be cutting over the admin portion of the project piecemeal. The title calculations and certificate printing piece will be the first to be cut over. This will allow the business office to print the backlog of certificates as well as the newly earned certificates. Our target date is hopefully the first week of February. We'll be using the last 2 weeks of January to do extensive testing on it on the business office side. So I usually use this time to give a detailed update, but however, I feel right now would be a good time to address members' concerns as to why the project seems to be taking a long time, and also to address the misconception that the current problems are with the new system. The problems that we are having right now are with the existing legacy system. Nothing from the new system has gone live yet, and it will be thoroughly tested before anything is rolled out. A week or so ago, Martin had addressed one member's concerns, and I felt that this would be a good time to share parts of his reply and to provide some history. The project started officially early May 2021. When we started looking at the existing application, which is the ADMS and the portal website and the legacy API, there were numerous issues found. The ASCA website was shut down for several weeks so that we could deploy some security fixes. We also decided early on, for safety's sake, to migrate the database from the ASCA Business Office to the Azure cloud. The list of issues with the existing legacy apps is very, very long. There's a lot of problems. The overall strategy is to do a complete rewrite of the existing ADMS application, as well as the web portal API that was written years ago by another group. We recently frozen making any changes to the existing ADMS app and the legacy website, API. Aside from the project, there was also some work going on early this year with the development group trying to fix some of the legacy problems. Besides the security issues, there were also other things not working. Again, a laundry list of things not working. And this was included, and this was the calculations and of titles and certificate printing. Part of the problem was when we migrated the database from an on-prem to the Azure cloud, there was some problems with using a very old version of SQL that was running on-prem. While we threw some development effort on fixing the existing system, at a certain point in time, we decided to focus 100% on the rewrite of the ADMS function rather than trying to fix the legacy apps or the legacy ADMS app. Like I said, we will cut the business office staff over to the new API function by function, starting with the title calculations, which is our #1 priority for Ray and his team. let's see, calculating titles for every program is a formidable, complex, and ever-changing process. We had to enlist multiple subject matter experts to reverse engineer the rule books, excuse me, the rule books and in a clear, logical language that the developers can understand so they can develop a method to automate it. The legacy ADMS app was a one top-down piece of code which did not utilize any library. So reverse engineering any of the existing rules, many of which were broken anyway, was just not an option. We used a template that we developed to show the rules for every ASCA title. This was a huge, huge effort that involved quite a few people. The ASCA team is working diligently every day to ensure this project is successful. Once again, I would like to thank Martin, Maureen, Ray, Kala, and Sarah, the ASCA program committees, board members Jean, Jan, and Ann, and all the other subject matter experts for all their time and work that was devoted to this system rework. That's it in a nutshell. Any questions? No questions?
No questions for Gina?
Yay.
All right. Thank you so
Just a
much,
thank
Gina.
you. Yeah, just a thank
Yes.
you, Gina. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gina.
We know that this has been a very time-consuming situation, but we're grateful to everybody who's working in it because this is going to change for the better all the processes that the office does, and the website as well. So this is we're just grateful for all the work that you're doing because this is what we needed, and hopefully it'll be finished soon.
You know, and just on one more thing is like all the documentation. I mean, not only are we documenting all the titles and title progressions and calculations, but also the business rules for everything that you see, the sanctioning, everything, but it's all completely documented and it will all go to Kala and Kala will store it. So at any time in the future, it's all there. If we have to go back and look at something or if we need an update, everything is already documented. So that's a huge step right there.
Yep. Great. Thank you so much. All right. So our next item would be Jean, and this is about the registration photos.
Well, we have the motion, and we've seen discussion. I think, I mean, I really don't have a lot to say about it other than, my initial reaction to no photos was like, what? No, how can we do that? And, started thinking about the point that had been made about different things and thought, you know what? And then after talking to the office and finding out seriously how time consuming it is to have these photos, find the photos, attach the photos, send letters back because people forgot their photos and all of that, it doesn't make sense for ASCA to keep these anymore. And so that's the rationale. That's and it would certainly streamline the process. We've already seen a person on the ASC members say that they've got a 2-year-old dog that they haven't registered because she hasn't made it a priority to get the photos, but she will register as soon as the photos aren't required. So yay. I don't know if anybody has any particular questions.
Maybe we should go around and make sure that everybody gets to comment and ask whatever questions. So Anne?
Yeah, I had commented when Jean first posted this that this is just for individual dogs, and I support it. It seems that the staff, it just makes way too much work for the staff, and if we can make their jobs easier, they can deal with other things as opposed to this. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Anne. Carol?
Yeah, I was totally in favor of this. I did second the motion. I believe that for the LEP dogs in the foreign registry that we are continuing to keep the pictures. But as far as using the pictures now, currently, I mean, moving forward and being streamlined, getting this all computerized and be able to do things online, taking the pictures out will make everything a lot easier. We do have a DNA program in place, and so that can be used to verify parentage. So we really, at this present time, we don't really have a need for photos. And I do think it's going to really streamline this and bring us forward and make it a lot easier for the membership to be able to do. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol. Denise?
I'm of the same frame of mind that the pictures used to be to prove that an animal was an animal, you know, prove that an adult dog was the same dog as the puppy was registered. And I don't know how many times they used that, not very many, I don't believe. But now we have DNA to prove that. And that is a problem, and that I believe that that is also what keeps the pet owners from registering their dogs with ASCA, because they can go online to the other registry, click it in, and they're done. And with us, we have to take the picture, you have to get it, you know, attached and send it in, whatever. And I think that that's a big thing, so a deterrent. So I think it's a good thing to get rid of these pictures. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Denise. Gina?
I agree with everything that's been said. The original reason for the pictures was way back when, you know, we used to do the registry by hand and there wasn't a lot of parentage information. So they've far outlived their necessity. So I agree. We should remove them for the individual dog registrations. Thank you.
Thanks, Gina. Jen?
I think everybody has covered every topic that is a perfect reason to be gone with the pictures, and mainly easier for people to register their dogs. That's going to make a big difference.
All right, thank you, Jean. Well,
I got nothing.
Yeah, you made the motion, so I'll go to Rick.
I agree with the motion. I think one of the things was telling for me is when members send these pictures in, no one knows if that is the actual dog that's being registered or not. So I think that was a kind of a telltale sign for me that it's a kind of a waste of time, because we don't know if it's that dog that you're registering or not. But it's good motion. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Susan?
I support the motion. There was only one situation in my time in the office that the puppy being submitted was actually yellow and the breeder claimed that it was red. You know, those are the ones that kind of make you go, huh, no. But that was the only time that I know of, and it is a pain in the backside to attach those pictures any way you slice it and dice it.
All right, thank you, Susan. I also support this motion. I think that, you know, to clarify some of the comments that we've seen, the only reason to disqualify a dog from registration is that it is not an Australian Shepherd. And so that it doesn't have the necessary, you know, paperwork and so forth that are required to register an Australian Shepherd. So the pictures themselves and color and all those things don't disqualify a dog from being registered with ASCA. So since we have DNA now and all of that to prove that a dog comes from Australian Shepherd lineage, then I think that, you know, the photos have come to, you know, kind of being obsolete for what ASCA is doing now. So I support the motion. So are there any additional comments before I call for a vote? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. All right. So the next, thank you, Jean, for working on that. And you have the next item, which is a fee for printing membership cards. Jean?
Yeah, this is at the request of the Computer Program Committee and Gina. Sorry. At present, it would just be for reprints right now. So yeah, so that's basically what it is. It's if somebody renews or something online and they need, sorry, and they need a card, the office will charge them $5 per card. Eventually, what we're looking at is hopefully everybody's going to be doing their memberships online, and you know, the office won't have to print cards except for rarely. But right now, this is all this one deals with.
All right, thank you. So I'm just gonna quickly go around. Anne?
I agree. Presently, you can see your membership card and get it printed off of the website. Thanks.
All right. Carol?
Yeah, I'm in favor of this motion. I really have nothing else to say. I think it's warranted. It's not like you have to pay to get every single one. So I'm in favor of this. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Denise?
I'm in favor also. I think that it's sort of an antiquated thing and we can just move forward. Thank you.
All right. Gina?
Yes, I'm in favor. As we move forward with the computer system, our ultimate goal is to go paperless as much as possible. So this would be like the first step to get people to either print their own card, or you could take a photo of it and keep it on your phone. That's acceptable also. So yes, I'm in favor of it.
All right, thank you. Jen?
I'm also in favor of it. Thanks.
All right. I'm gonna skip Jean and go to Rick.
Question for Gene. Can you not currently go on the ASCA website and have a copy of your ID card, your membership card?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Can you print it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then why wouldn't we just instruct everybody to go to the website and print off their own card instead of us charging them? I mean,
well, we can do that. I'll answer that. This is Gina, because it's kind of it's when you attach a monetary value to it, people are more apt to listen to you, and go to the website. As of right now, when you do your renewal, even if it's online, you still get a hard copy. So that this will do away with that. And if people feel they cannot print their own, then they get a charge. So
Good.
it's just kind of an incentive to do it.
did we lose Gina?
No, I'm here. It's just an incentive to get
I can
people to
hear
go to the website. Did you hear me, Rick? I don't know,
Are you
Rick,
there?
did you hear me?
Are you there, Rick?
Okay, yeah, I am now. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I missed practically everything that Gina was saying. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's just basically an incentive to get people to use the website instead of waiting for the card. Right now, when you renew online, you still get a hard copy, and this will do away with that unless you absolutely request one.
You still get a hard copy mailed to you by the office, is what Gina's saying.
Correct. And this won't be for new members. New members will get a welcome packet and their card will be in there.
Okay, so if it's a renewal and we ask for a hard copy, then you'll be charged the $5.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you could just print it off of the website and not pay the $5.
Correct. Or like I
Yeah.
say, you can take a picture of it too and store it on your phone, and you won't be charged $5.
Okay. I'm just having a hard time understanding why somebody would want to just send us $5 for cardboard stock versus taking a picture with your phone or just printing it off at home. But I understand.
Well,
Thank you.
we still have some members that don't have that capability. So, you know, at this present time, the office is still going to be sending out renewal postcards and processing all the memberships that come in through the front door, you know, and they're all going to get mailed stuff. So this is just sort of the first step to, like, hopefully eliminating that whole time consuming process too.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. And thanks, Gina and Jean, for answering the questions. Susan?
Yeah, I think the $5 is a nickel and dime kind of thing, but I support the motion simply from the fact of time saving and efficiency and postage reductions that we'll see by not printing every single card that comes in there. I kind of, it rubs me wrong to charge $5 because I feel like we're nickel and diming them at that point. But as far as the efficiencies that this will create and that we will be moving toward, I support it. Thank you.
Thanks, Susan. I also support it. Just about every reason that I have has already been stated. So I'll just ask if there are any additional comments before I call for a vote. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Rick opposes it this time.
Okay. Any abstentions? Okay, motion carries. All right, thank you, Jean. All right, so the next item is the premium retention on the ASCA website. So, Gina?
Yes, so both our webmaster and our maintenance company have requested that we not keep the premiums for more than a year on the ASCA website. Part of it's for storage, part of it's just that there really isn't a need for it. There was somebody that was not in favor of this on the membership list. So I reached out to quite a few different people throughout the United States, and nobody else had a problem with it. It will be, like I say, they will be on there for a year. So, and this is just to free up some space and, you know, help cut costs, minor costs, but still help cut costs. And so, like I said, it was at the request of Heidi and Futura Designs. And there is a motion on the floor, right? I believe I made a motion.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
So any questions?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go around, Gina. And
Okay.
Yes, I have been having listened to all the computer updates and just the data, the size of our website, that there's no reason to have them for that long. I mean, I think they should be up for the qualifying period, because obviously that's important for checking things year to year. But other than that, the results are still in the system, so you can always find the information you need. Thanks.
Carol? Carol?
Oh, there we go. I agree with everything Ann said. I see no reason why we would need to keep them for more than 1 year, and I'm in favor of this. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Denise?
I'm in favor of the motion. I don't think there's any reason to keep it for more than a year either, and there is always a backup. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Jen?
I'm also in favor of this. Nothing to add. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Jean?
I'm in favor, nothing to add.
All right. Rick?
Yeah, it's a good motion. Long overdue. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Susan?
I have nothing to add. I support it.
All right, I also support it. Nothing to add. It's time for ASCA to modernize. So all these motions basically are geared towards modernizing and cutting costs and cutting the workload. So I'm in favor. Any further comments before I call for a vote? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thanks, Gina. All right, so we go back to Jean to talk about PayPal.
Yep. Again, this is something that we've talked about, the office has talked about, membership has talked about, we've talked about for years. And it used to be a lot more difficult than it is now. Now it's, fairly straight up. We have, like I said, I don't know the right words, but the company that has that little portal on our website is called authorize.net. And they're the ones that take all the credit card information, but it's actually processed through Payment Tech, which is our bank, a Chase company that processes credit cards. And they're only able to, Chase Payment Tech is only able to do credit cards. That's their thing. Authorize.net, who is our gateway, I guess, on our website, is able to do credit cards and e-checks and PayPal and one other method of payment. So it's no big deal. Now, PayPal themselves can do credit cards too, but we don't want to do that. All we want to do is add PayPal to our existing payments. Somebody on the list asked if there was a charge, and of course there's a charge. We also get a charge from Payment Tech, from Chase, as Jan explained on the list. Somebody asked about the $19,000. And, we pay these companies basically to accept the liability for us and do all of the security things that need to be done so that we can accept these methods of payment. I didn't check to see if Cala had put the cost in our Dropbox or not, but so the cost, there's no monthly fee, there's no setup fee, and Payment Tech charges us, I think, 29 cents. No, 25 cents per transaction and 2.9 cents per transaction. PayPal is going to charge us 30 cents per, I'm going to have to go inside and look, 30 cents per transaction, I think. I don't know if it's in the Dropbox or not.
It is. It's in the
anyhow,
at the bottom of the page motion.
Sorry, you were cutting. Didn't hear you.
Jean, it's Susan. I took notes on what you had posted. It's 49 cents per print transaction plus 3.49% on the volume.
Yes, thank you. All right, so we have that. This has been a huge request, especially from members outside the United States, because many people in many countries don't have credit cards. And so it's, in my opinion, it's the cost of doing business. I think it will, I think it's gonna, you know, bring in a lot more payments online, which is really our ultimate goal. So anyhow, I talked to Sarah about it and the accounting. I talked to Ray about it, and his concern was about the accounting and making it more difficult for Sarah. But she'll still be able to pull out reports and see what these payments were for. So I think, you know, I think we've answered all the questions now. We just need to decide if that's what we want to do. That's all I have.
Thank you, Jean. So I'm going to go around and I'll start with Ann.
I think it's a great idea. I love it whenever I'm online and can just log into my PayPal and pay for something instead of having to go inside and grab my wallet and find that. That I think the more easy and the more different possibilities, options we can give the members, the better. And PayPal's a big one right now that a lot of people have. So I absolutely support having this available. Thanks.
Thank you, Ann. Carol?
Yeah, I actually am, even though I'm live under a rock and don't use any of this stuff, but it would be a lot easier for a lot of our members to be able to do it like Ann said, instead of having to go and get your card, put in your credit card information, et cetera, et cetera. And so I think this is just as Jean said, a part of doing business. It's a modernization, like you had mentioned, and I think that this would help bring us up to speed with the rest of the membership out there. And I'm totally in favor of it. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol. Denise?
Yes, I'm in favor of it. I think that it'll just make things easier for everybody across the board. And simplification is the best. So let's go for it.
All right. Thanks, Denise. Gina?
Yeah, I'm definitely for it. It's just another payment option. And there's problems with accepting credit cards from Europe. There's some kind of security problems. I don't remember what it is, but they can use PayPal. So this is really something that, excuse me, that they do need. As far as the fees associated with it, I gladly will pay a third-party vendor to take the security risk. It's definitely worth it. So yes, I'm all in favor of this.
Thank you, Gina. Jen?
I'm in full support, and everybody has already given all the awesome points to make it easier for all of us. Thanks.
Thank you, Jen. Jean? Oh, not Jean. Oh, let me go up to Rick. Sorry, Jean.
Okay, Jean, have anybody talked to our accountants regarding this? If I recall, effective January 1st, that any business using PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, and they take in more than $600 a year, the IRS will be sending them I forget which form it is, which I agree that's just a form of doing business, but are we aware that that will affect our taxes a little bit?
Absolutely.
It won't affect our tax. It's just going to be income that we report that we already report.
Okay. And my only other comment is I'm totally on board with PayPal, but PayPal is getting to be a little bit old school. I think Venmo and Zelle is more of, especially the younger crowd, the younger members is what they're using, but I'm all supportive of PayPal. Just a comment.
Thanks, Rick. Susan?
I definitely support it. It looks like from rough figures, it's not going to be but about $3,800 more annually based on the dollar amounts that Jean posted today. I did some rough figures right there. So I think that is going to definitely be goodwill toward our Europeans, and they will definitely appreciate it. And I definitely support the whole transaction. Thank you.
Thanks, Susan. I also support this motion. Most of the reasons have already been stated, so I'm not going to take any more of anybody's time repeating them. So any more comments or questions before I call for a vote? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Jean. Okay, so our last item for today, it is back to Gina with the 2022 Nationals Premium. There are some changes.
Yes, it's just a real minor change. Larry had sent an email back in December to an email address that nobody really checks, I think, or didn't check until just recently. And it was just a request to run course H clockwise on Nationals ducks. And so that's the only change in the premium. And I would like to get it voted on tonight because we have to get it to the print or to the editor tomorrow. So that's the only change there is.
All right.
Any questions?
Yep. Any questions about this change? Any comments? Go ahead, Denise.
I don't have any questions about this change, but I did want to be sure that the changes that we had talked about at an earlier meeting had been already made.
Yes,
The
I already posted that. So I think in the last meeting, yeah, they're all on there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is there a motion? I can't see. Is there a motion already there, Gina, or do you want to make the motion now?
No, Gina needs to make the motion.
Okay, so it's
okay.
not there. You need to make it, Gina.
Okay, I move to accept the corrected 2022 Nationals Premium that changes Nationals course to course H clockwise for ducks.
This is Ann.
Denise, I'll second it. Denise, second it.
Okay. So we have a motion on the floor to approve this small revision to the 2022 Nationals Premium. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion carries. So that was the last item on our agenda tonight. I want to thank everybody who is listening in to the recording. Please keep track of all the news that we send out. We're trying to keep members informed of what's going on with the system and all these other things. So thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Hurry home,
everyone.
Jan.
Good night.
We want Jan to come back.
Have fun, Jan.